Hello, my name is Anju Gandhi, Product Manager for Toad for Oracle. Today we'll discuss new features in Toad for Oracle which will be beneficial for DBAs. The new features to be discussed today are Connected Intelligence, Comparing Multiple Schemas, Jump Search, Private Script Repository, Oracle 12c support of container and pluggable databases, automatic deadlock detection in a trace file browser. Let's review the feature for Connected Intelligence, also known as the Forums window. This is accessible via Help menu, Toad World, Forums. Before you access this, you will need to have a registered account on toadworld.com, which is an online community of Toad users of over 3 million users. Once you're registered and signed in, you will gain access to all the user forums right from within Toad. At any time, you can click on any user forum, open it, browse it, you can reply to it. You can also ask your own questions, start your own discussions, and monitor the progress of your own threads as well. While you post anything new, you can click on an option to be notified via email if anybody responds to your post as well. So there are many different ways to stay connected with the online community. Once you have browsed all the user forums, you can close them all in single step using Close All Toad World Content windows. Now, when you are trying to perform comparison across different database environments, and if those database environments host multiple schemas, you will find our new feature in Toad for Oracle 12 very useful, which is available under Database Compare Multiple Schemas. Now, Compare Multiple Schemas lets you choose your source and target databases. And the schemas that are automatically selected are matching in name. However, if that needs to change, if your database environments have some naming terminology differences, let's say you use underscore test in test environment and underscore prod in prod environments, so you may want to in that scenario append or maybe search for a test and replace with prod and then perform this mapping of schema names. So there are different ways you can manipulate the schema names if they don't match exactly. Options stay the same as single schema compare. In output, you can create your options and choose them. And in results, herein you can review the differences in the lower tabs and of course look at the sync script as well. The difference summary gives you a very high level overview of the differences and tells you how many objects are differing. And at any time you can choose to take a subset of the schemas and then send the sync scripts to editor, or you can recompare the selected schemas if there have been any recent changes. A great improvement also in the options has been if you want to save these settings as some name and then want to be able to reuse those settings across different comparison screens in Toad. So that is also available. So let's say you are constantly doing comparison only across certain objects, certain names that you have chosen. So all your customized search will be able to be saved by a name as well. So let me hide this forum window as well. And a new feature that is available in Toad 12 is jump search feature that is available on the upper right hand side corner. And this is a feature that lets you perform searches across multitude of places within Toad product. You can directly open windows, directly go to the menus and toolbars by any keyword search, and this also brings out the Toad World blogs and user forum articles, and you can browse through them as well. So this is a great way to read anything technical, not just Toad, but anything Oracle or technical related, and see what other users are discussing about it as well. Now, as DBAs, if you are keeping your scripts and storing them at a certain network location, however, if you want to store your scripts in, let's say, a schema, which is a more secure way of sharing your scripts, you can do that as well. And the way to configure that will be via Toad options, online, and in the script repository, Toad World is the public repository. So if you want to contribute to a public repository and share the scripts with other users, maybe remove some sensitive information, this is a great way to share your scripts with all the users. And then you can also keep your scripts that have perhaps some more sensitive data in them in your private company network, and this can be shared only amongst users who need to have access to those scripts. So this is a great way to keep your scripts under a schema which is in a more controlled environment. How do you access these scripts? In a regular editor, in a file open dialog, you will see an option for private script repository. This is after you have chosen private script repository in the Toad options that we just saw. You have an ability to categorize your scripts in multiple collections, and you can look at your script, preview it, see if anyone has posted any comments, how many times the script has been downloaded. Anyone can open, who has access to this private script repository, can open the script and execute the script. So you don't have to be owner, multiple people can share the same script. You as an owner, of course, have some more privileges. So this is a great way to share scripts amongst a group of users and keep it in a safe and secure place. Oracle 12c comes with the multi-tenant architecture, of course, with the container and the pluggable databases. So if you open a database browser, which is a great tool for DBAs to watch out for any issues in the database at a high level and still have the ability to drill down to database objects. So it's available in database, monitor database browser menu option. This is a container base I'm currently connected to, and you will see a pluggable DBs tab appear for any container or pluggable database. And herein you will see there are two pluggable databases in this container database, and there are different options to manage these pluggable databases. I can perform different actions. I can plug in or unplug a selected pluggable database. I can create a new pluggable database. So there are going to be an options from how do you want to create this new pluggable database. You have a clone or a seed, the default seed that is created. So you have different options to manage your pluggable databases. Not only that, you can also see how your data file IO is based on different sessions, how your sessions are distributed amongst different pluggable and container databases. So there are different ways you can have a look at them. Then of course you can go individually on a pluggable database and see the details which are more specific on pluggable databases. If there are any issues in database, trace file is the most common file that is used. However, reading it is not the easiest work. So in Toad, there is a very easy way to look at your trace file using the trace file browser. Now, this trace file browser not only lets you navigate through, let's say if you have opened this trace file in an external editor, in a normal editor, this is how it will look like. As you can see, it's pretty hard to decode this. However, opened in trace file browser, it takes a care of only displaying the relevant information to you. It tells you if there are any waits, any query summary, which queries are taking long time. You can select on them. So this is a great way to navigate through a trace file. Now there's in Toad 12.1, it lets you highlight in red. This is automatically highlighted once you open a trace file if there has been a deadlock detection. So you will see the new tab deadlock appeared, which shows you any issue with respect to deadlock, and it is able to display against the specific SQL that it finds there was a deadlock against. So this is a great way to not only browse through your trace file browser but also have an ability to see if there was any deadlock created.